Yeah, but is it going to be a crap show? Yeah, but that it was a crap show the day the Russia decided to invade. It's just a question of like exactly what the shape of the crap show.
Dude, this is the perfect liberal understanding of this war. It was not a crap show before then. It was not a crap show in 2014. It wasn't a crap show the 8 years after that, when 14,000 were dying in Donbass. No, it was only a crap show when they were able to blame it on Putin. Lib shit, dude.
We do it because it's right.
Here... Oh, I think I'm about to be triggered. Here comes the fucking nightmare. Sam Cedar, who thought the invasion, the UN bombing of Libya was a justified exercise because of the potential genocide. Okay? That's what he thought at the time. He's had guests on doing what I would call forms of Nazi apologia, in the sense that they're minimizing the problem of Nazis in Ukraine. I've heard at least 2 people on their show, and they got no pushback from Sam. So this will be the third. I don't usually watch their stuff. It's not a proxy war. LOL, yeah, Ukraine loves us trans folks so much it refused to allow trans women to leave the country and conscripted them as men under their dead names. Yeah. And then they're like, well, Russia's not that much better. And it's just like, well, neither should be getting UN weapons. We shouldn't be arming either side or supporting either side here. We shouldn't have been escalating it this entire time. We shouldn't have been supporting this one side and then, like, framing it like they're the good country. They did, you know, nothing's been good. They weren't doing anything the last 8 years. And then big bad Russia just wakes up one day and just chooses violence. And it's just like, that's the framing of this. And they're not helping their audience understand. So this has been, we'll see. I'm afraid I'm going to get fucking triggered over here. So I'm just going to try to stay chill. Because I just hate this content. Here we go.
Calling because, I'm sorry, this is Chuck Poi from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm just calling because I have a question in regards to Ukraine. I know you talk about it a lot lately, and essentially I was just wondering, like,
here we go.
All these weapons that we are sending over to Ukraine, there's a risk that a lot of these are going over to the Azov battalion and certain radicalist groups over there. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on that, if we were creating a new, like, Mujahideen Taliban kind of situation in Ukraine possibly in the future.
I mean, I would imagine that the weapons are going to all of the military there, but no, do I think that we're creating some type of, like, I mean, none of these groups have a history, in my estimation, of like, you know, international terror. No, I think that is, like, honestly, I mean, look, you're flooding.
What? What? Slow down.
Estimation of like, you know,
check this out.
International terror. No, I think
hold on,
military there, but no, do I think that we're creating some type of, like, I mean, none of these groups have a history, in my estimation, of like, you know, international terror. No,
okay. Oh my God, homie, the main. Okay, this is a proxy, Sam, this is a proxy war, okay? The United States is very much involved in international terror, and they have been the last 8 years in Donbass, okay? Maybe you're not estimating very good, homie. Yo, okay, are you literally going to be like, hey, these guys with the Nazi tattoos, we don't think they're involved in terror? Like, are you gonna ask the Roma in the pogroms? Are you gonna ask the trans women being forced to be conscripted in Ukraine and dead named? Homie, what are you doing right now? I think you know what you're doing, and I think that's even more dangerous. And you're just doing this little quiet voice little thing. And I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. You don't deserve my energy. I'm not going to give it to you. Azov Battalion has ties to the Georgian National Legion, Turkish Grey Wolves, ETIM, and have served as trainers for violent white nationalists in the U.S. Some of those who attended Charlottesville and J6. This is journalistic malpractice. Look into Gladio B, Pan-Turkism, and what some of these groups are doing in Syria. I'm really trying my best not to let this guy get under my skin, because I just think this is on purpose or something. In this, like, weird way. It's been estimated there are thousands, we don't know how many, Grey Wolves. Paramilitary death squad, homie. Historic stuff. You need to know about these things. Your audience is totally going to be misled, misinformed, if they don't have this kind of knowledge. And it's almost as if Sam Cedar's doing this intentionally.
I think that is, like, honestly, I mean, look, you're flooding a country with weapons. I think that's going to be an issue after the fact. But do I think...
Not during the fact? It's not an issue during the fact. You can't imagine it's been an issue the last 8 years. Yeah, Yoshi, it's okay. You're such a little baby. It's not. He thinks it's not been an issue the last 8 years. We have no idea how many are dead over there. What? I heard some random ass figure, 100,000 on each side? I don't even know. But if that's true, that is so many fucking people, dude. What do you mean? There's no problem during the fact. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck are you talking about?
I think that they're going to start to be like they're going to be their own separatist organization. No.
We should be helping
we had
Ukraine.
An expert on at the beginning of this conflict who addressed sort of like that Azov battalion. And look,
what?
Helping
we had
Ukraine.
An expert on at the beginning of this conflict who
I think I mentioned this. Yeah.
Addressed sort of like that Azov battalion. And
again, they're just making it about the Azov battalion as if there aren't a bunch of Nazis all over Ukraine. As if the guys with the Nazi tattoos, they're like, well, we all have to join the Azov battalion because Sam Cedar's going to have this talking point down the road.
I mean, like...
Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm letting this... I cannot let this work me up, dude.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a military where there aren't, like, fascistic elements within a military, regardless of what country it is.
That's such a dumb talking point. I've heard it so many times.
I mean, you really, like, you know, like, we've got those
They're pulling out all the stops. These are their best arguments? Sam, that's one of your best arguments? You're going to bring that up? Are you kidding me?
You know, the Christian theocratic fundamentalist problem that we have in the U.S. military, I think,
should we stop arming them? Shouldn't we stop arming them, Sam?
Is massive.
Okay, should we keep arming them, Sam? He's so close yet so far, isn't he?
It is widespread. And so, you know...
Exactly, Sam.
I think that, like... honestly think that the sort of, like, the focus on that battalion to whatever extent...
It's not just that battalion, Sam.
They are, praising of Nazis.
There's video of, like, all, like... Other groups that are not the Azov group, that are just regular ass Ukrainian soldiers, praising these guys, singing songs about Bandera. Homie, it's not just the Azov. Stop it. Sam, I'm gonna say this. by minimizing the problem of far-right fascists and Nazis in Ukraine, you're doing a form of Nazi apologia.
I think is really overblown.
It's a great point, and like I also just feel like there is like the battalion element. It makes it sound more concrete than it actually is. Like there are, it's like with cops as well. You're always going to find people drawn to authoritarian or like fascist type stuff when they're just frankly in that environment, and sometimes it draws those kind.
I was just,
Too.
I understand what you guys are saying. I just brought that question up simply because I saw like a report from CNBC, I believe, that said
My
like
mind is blown over here. These people.
30% of the weapons were actually making it to the military. They withdrew that number, but even if that number is even a fraction of that percentage, that's I mean, we're still.
Whenever we sell weapons, they end up going everywhere. I mean, that's part of
Sam! Yes!
the reason why, in general, like, you don't want to sell. You don't want to. Weapons manufacturers are just they're pumping stuff out the door. Of course.
How can he be so close yet so far?
But the idea that like
My mind is blown. I'm just like, I think that he makes this content sometimes as tailor-made for me just to get me mad. This is one of these takes that's off the charts.
every adult male over what age, is 18, 17 in Ukraine is has been basically told, get a gun. The country is being invaded. Yeah. The entire country is being invaded.
You want to start nationalism, invade a country.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt.
What was that take?
The country is being invaded. The entire country is being invaded.
You want to start nationalism.
Start nationalism.
Invade a country.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. But no matter how you slice it, once Russia decided to invade Ukraine, a lot of this stuff was sort of inevitable. It was just going to be a question of like, how is this? I mean, can you imagine Russia if they were, let's say, successful, like 2/3 successful, just in what their ambitions were of taking over Ukraine?
I can't believe this.
Think about what's going on in that situation. We're arming the resistance. The resistance is significant. We're pumping guns in there. They're willy-nilly. There's no structure to any of this. They're, cross-border, incursions into Russia and whatnot. I mean, that's the other scenario. It's not like the other scenario is like, okay, Russia invades, they take over, it's very peaceful. That's not the way it was going to work out. You know how big a battalion is, right?
No idea. No.
Okay, take a guess.
If I had to say 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000's like, I think, on the high end of a battalion. How many hundreds of thousands of people do you think are fighting in Ukraine?
Yeah, probably quite a few. I'm not saying anything about like not arming Ukraine. Just to be clear, I'm just
You're just
asking
curious.
about like.
No, I know, I got you. I'm not even arguing this with you. I mean, I'm just saying like the.
Oh my God.
This is, I think, and again, I've been quite clear that I want there to be some semblance of conditions, and I think there should be a diplomatic track that is being followed that obviously has ebbs and flows at different times based upon what's going on the ground. But I do think that like the talking point that like we're funding, 1,000 Nazis out of like, assuming like, even if I stipulate that, I think is overblown.
Well, it also is caving into what Putin has been like his propaganda effort for this war, which was that this is a denazification effort.
That's the thing. There's two reasons why.
Caving, dude. Homie, if facts interrupt your narrative, you've lost the intellectual war. If you're defending arming Nazis, you've lost the moral war. In addition to all of this, it appears as though Ukraine's lost the war. I think my cat's breaking something in the kitchen. Hold on.
Why the Azov battalion has so much prominence, and versus what Emma said, and the main
Appreciate the
one,
call.
which is that like Russia has made it a object of war propaganda and invasion propaganda. And then on the flip side, as a response to that, you have people who, like, especially in the media, and this is what really riles up people on the left, is when you'll see like a picture of somebody with like a Azov marking or something like that, and then it looks, and it kind of is media apologizing for like that sort of, maybe like the Bandera ideology, which is grotesque, but like it's the emphasis is, like you said about the numbers, it's overemphasized because of basically countering propaganda lines.
And if we were to poll,
My God, dude. It's not just Azov. There's Nazi patches and tattoos everywhere. Homies. And why are they going to call it the Bandera ideology? It's Nazi the ideology. This ideology represents the Holocaust happening in Ukraine. 100,000 Poles. 50,000 Jews. What is going on, dude?
on an issue-by-issue basis, what
They collaborated with the Nazis.
some views are in, like, our military, I don't think it would be as you said, Sam.
What's grotesque about it? It's Nazi ideology.
I'm kind of just restating it, but that different than in Ukraine. If not, like, more proportional here, because as you, like, they've had to get everybody to fight the invasion in Ukraine. It's a wider swath of people, but
Yeah, but is it going to be a crap show? Yeah, but that it was a crap show the day they decided to, the Russia decided to invade. It's just a question of like exactly what the shape of the crap show.
Dude, this is the perfect liberal understanding of this war. It was not a crap show before then. It was not a crap show in 2014. It wasn't a crap show the 8 years after that, when 14,000 were dying in Donbass. No, it was only a crap show when they were able to blame it on Putin. Lib shit, dude.
Show is going to be. All right. Let's get to some IMs, and then we got to get out of here. Folks, that completes the call-in portion of our call. I'm sorry we didn't get to too many, but
Trash.
we'll be taking plenty of calls over the next couple of days in preparation for...
Maybe Obama should call him. Maybe Marxist Obama should call him. We do it because it's right. Sam, I've been reading Marx. I want you to know something. Listen to Perenni. Have you seen this video? Sam Cedar. Michael Perenni. He's got a video. It's all yellow. Not quite sure why. Maybe someone peed on it. Work with this guy. He was peeing on everything. Then they made him president. He's always talking about corn pop. Now, Sam, listen up. Sam. Now, I'm very much involved with what happened in Ukraine. Victoria Nuland, she said, fuck the EU. And I agree. Fuck the EU. Can you say it with me, Sam? Fuck the EU. Gotta have them ribs. Sam, we do it because it's right. Now, Sam Cedar, what a fucking nightmare. Now, here's the deal, Sam. You need to listen up and listen good. Because when I'm talking, you have to listen. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Gotta have that oil. All right, so Sam. Now, you can't just talk about it as if everything started 2022. Sorry about that. You have to understand. Sam, you're not listening. It started 8 years before that, at least. We were arming them. I think back in, checking my notes here, 2013? Is that right? Michelle, when were we giving the Nazis guns? Yeah. Ukraine. Yeah, Nazis. 2013. Okay. Now, Sam, we've been doing it. We do it because it's right. We've been doing it since 2013. What don't you get about this, Sam? It didn't begin in 2022, okay? Now, if you're scared of a dialectical material understanding, I understand that. Your audience is not prepared for that. Your sponsors, they don't want no Marxism. Now, when I was in college,
Hey guys.
I studied Marxism because I wanted to hang out with girls. Sam. Okay, no, I don't think I'm going to be calling in. That's all I got.